the senator of Turkana, the senator of Wajir, yours truly, not yours truly, Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon the senator of Mandera. I want to call upon the senator of Garissa. Stop talking from Nairobi. Go and tell the people in Turkana, people in Mandera, people in Wajir, people in Garissa, dear Kenyans, to enlist in SHA Chief. They are the list. You'll have your time to debate. I know you're cleverer than me, so you'll show your intelligence when your time comes.
Whip.
Okay.
Majority Whip. There's a point of order. Senator Enoch Wambua, what is your point of order?
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, you know, I'm listening to Senator Boni going on a tyrant against senators, his colleagues. And I'm wondering, when did they become part of the president's speech, Mr. Speaker? And you know, Senator Khalwale, through you, Mr. Speaker, has been in this house long enough to know that you don't cast aspersions against your own colleagues. And saying that they never go home, they speak from Nairobi. Who has paid him, Mr. Speaker, to spoil the names of very hard-working senators from the northern frontier, Mr. Speaker?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, young Senator Wambua sometimes admires me. And I know on this particular score, he wants me to appreciate the fact that he's a journalist. I tell you, the French say, res ipsa loquitur. Facts speak for themselves. What I'm saying, sorry, that is Latin. In Latin. In Latin, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I appeal to Wambua. Think, Senator Wambua, think, my younger brother. Why would Nyeri register 20.8%? And today, as we speak, Wajir has registered 1.3%. That is res ipsa loquitur in Latino. Mr. Speaker, you can interrupt me if you want.
Senator Wambua, what is your point of order?
So if Senator Mazayo understands what Senator Khalwale is saying, I don't understand. Because, Mr. Speaker, there is something that I've argued in this house for many, many years. It was something called distance to service. And, you know, Senator Khalwale is using the marginalization of the northern frontier and laying it on the shoulders of sitting senators, as though the senators here were supposed to go to their respective counties and do the actual registration for SHA. Mr. Speaker, Senator Khalwale must be told that he should actually give us a record, if that's the path he wants us to take, of how many people he himself has registered in Kakamega County. Because that is not the responsibility of senators to register people for SHA and Chief. Mr. Speaker, I insist again, maybe this time you will hear me, Senator Khalwale, through the Speaker, please don't cast aspersions against your own colleagues. Second, the motion, give us a floor. We have important things to say about this motion, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua, the world is led by leaders. And the leaders, Mr. Speaker, who lead the world are not doctors, are not lawyers, are not engineers, they are not journalists. The leaders of the world are politicians. And since we are the politicians, we should learn from history. The success that we are borrowing from of NHIF was a stroke of thought by a politician by the name of Charles Njonjo. Njonjo, who sat in this house. I'll sit and insist that we must all fall back to the community and tell people star 147 hash. Mr. Speaker, instead, when you reduce yourself to a heckler, Wambua, then we start wondering whether you went to the University of Kaparajonjo or you went to one of the universities that we know. Mr. Speaker,
Senator,
why?
Senator Aaron, you have an intervention on Boni Khalwale? Okay. Proceed, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Why I will not hold any punch. I want to punch educated people of this country. I want to punch people with an income and in employment of this country. I want to punch them in the mouth because they are the ones who are misinforming the public that shift is expensive. They want their experience to be related to by the boda and the mamamboga. It's a lie. Shift is expensive because of the size of your purse. But to the ordinary Kenyan, Mr. Speaker, shift is cheaper than NHIF. And if we go this route, we will move insured Kenyans from 10 million people to 50 million people. And the Senator of Kitui, who is truly not happy with my contribution, you are being asked to pay 32,000. And the villagers in Kitui, each will be paying 300 shillings. You should also be grateful that the people who voted for you now will have a chance to have access to health the way your wife and your children and close relatives enjoy. This is the Kenya we are fighting for. What joy would I get from the fact that my daughter, Tina, can get an attack of pneumonia and we save her, and yet her age mate gets an attack of simple upper respiratory tract infection and they die. A common cold, and they die. Yes. But, Mr. Speaker, we will insist that educated people, people with high income, people in give him the mic. I give you 1 minute to conclude and second. Mr. Speaker, thanks for that minute. There had been so many frivolous points of orders, including somebody I beat in English thoroughly, thinking that he could teach me English. Mr. Speaker, I support strongly.
Senator Aaron Cheriot.